Meghan Markle's American Riviera Orchard was supposed to be her billion-dollar empire, a lifestyle brand to rival Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop. But instead of luxury domination, it turned into a disappearing act. The launch looked flawless, a glossy promo video, a sleek Instagram teaser, and claims that products sold out in just 45 minutes. But here's the catch. There was almost nothing to sell in the first place. Insiders reveal Netflix, their $100 million partner, only greenlit a tiny test batch. Maybe a few hundred jars of jam or candles. No real inventory, no restocks, just a staged sellout to create hype. And when the buzz faded? Silence. No new products, no updates, just a brand frozen in time. Now, sources say Meghan has completely stepped back. No relaunch until 2025, if ever. Why? Because the math was never there. You don't pause a real business. You pause a failed experiment. And this wasn't just bad luck. It was a miscalculation. Meghan reportedly thought Netflix would bankroll the whole operation, treating it like another content deal. But executives weren't fooled. They funded just enough to let her play entrepreneur, before pulling the plug. But here's the real shocker. This failed brand is just the tip of the iceberg. Wait until you hear how deep their financial crisis really goes, and what desperate moves they're making behind the scenes to keep up appearances. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see why even their closest allies are starting to walk away. Drop a comment below. Do you think Meghan's brand was doomed from the start? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more unfiltered deep dives. While Meghan and Harry jet between Montecito mansions and high-profile events, insiders reveal a shocking truth. They're burning through cash at a rate that would make even billionaires nervous. And their main safety net? The millions left by Princess Diana and the Queen Mother. Here's the problem. Inheritance money isn't endless. It's finite. And royal experts claim the couple has been quietly draining these funds just to maintain their A-list lifestyle.
She is hoping that she's going to become a billionaire off all of this.
Private security alone costs over $2 million annually. Their sprawling California estate? Millions more in upkeep, staff, and property taxes. Then there's the PR teams, the lawyers, the luxury travel. It all adds up to what financial analysts estimate could be $10–15 million per year in expenses. But their income? Not even close. Harry's memoir Spare made headlines, but publishing sources reveal the ugly truth. The book was heavily discounted to boost sales numbers. Some copies sold for 80% off, meaning Harry's royalties took a massive hit. And that Netflix deal? After the American Riviera Orchard flop, insiders say the streaming giant is renegotiating terms with far less money on the table. The most damning detail? Royal biographer Lady Colin Campbell claims they've already blown through half of Diana's legacy, money that was meant to last Harry's lifetime. And with King Charles refusing to bail them out after cutting them off completely in 2020, they're facing a terrifying reality. The well is running dry. But here's what makes this even worse. While most people would tighten their belts, Meghan and Harry appear to be doubling down. Just last month, they reportedly chartered a private jet to a celebrity wedding, an unnecessary $200,000 splurge. And insiders whisper about Meghan's six-figure wardrobe budgets, even as their business ventures collapse. So here's the billion-dollar question. What happens when the inheritance money is gone? Because at this rate, we're not talking decades. We're talking a matter of years before they hit financial rock bottom. Just as financial pressures mounted, something suspicious happened. Out of nowhere, a viral TikTok showed a starstruck flight attendant gushing over Meghan's kindness, complete with a handwritten thank you note. The internet ate it up. But behind the scenes, aviation insiders were rolling their eyes. But the fakery backfired. Within hours, sleuths uncovered. The same attendant had never posted celeb content before. Meghan's team had used this exact strategy pre-royal exit. The note's handwriting matched samples from Meghan's PR team. The real problem? This wasn't just cringy. It revealed their playbook is broken. Back in 2018, staged authentic moments worked. Now, the public sees through it. Even worse, it drew more attention to the real flight crew horror stories they tried to bury. And this is just the start. Because next, their most humiliating rejection yet came from none other than Vogue's Anna Wintour, and it cost Meghan her last credible fashion opportunity. Just when it seemed Meghan's reputation couldn't take more hits, she walked into the lion's den, and Anna Wintour ate her alive. This wasn't just a rejection, This was fashion royalty putting an upstart in her place. The plan was simple, at least in Meghan's mind. With her new fashion venture floundering before launch, she needed a Vogue cover. Not just any feature, but a global solo moment to cement her as a style icon. But here's where she made her fatal mistake. She didn't ask, she demanded. Insiders at Condé Nast say Meghan's team came to the table with outrageous terms. A guaranteed September cover, the most prestigious issue, full creative control, and most shockingly, a request to remove Serena Williams from a planned feature to make room. That's right, the same Serena who stood by her through royal exits and media storms. The betrayal was so cold, even hardened fashion editors were stunned. But Anna Wintour doesn't bow to D-list celebrities turned duchesses. The response was swift and brutal. Not only was the offer rejected, but Meghan was reportedly blacklisted from future Vogue collaborations. No negotiations, no compromises, just a silent, icy shutdown that sent one clear message. You don't have the clout to play this game. The fallout was instant. Designers who'd been cautiously curious about working with Meghan suddenly went radio silent. The fashion line she'd been teasing, dead on arrival without Vogue's stamp of approval. And that Netflix documentary supposedly chronicling her style journey, shelved indefinitely. This wasn't just a career setback, it was a class lesson. In Hollywood, you can fake business success. In fashion, either you have the taste and connections, or you get laughed out of the room. And right now, Meghan's sitting in the hallway with nothing but overpriced samples and a reputation for being the kind of celebrity even Anna won't touch with a 10-foot pole. But here's the real kicker. This humiliation came with a price tag. Millions spent on designers, consultants, and strategy sessions, all wasted because she overplayed her hand. And with each failed venture, the doors slam harder. The money drains faster. The options disappear. Which brings us to the question no one's brave enough to ask out loud. What do you do when the world decides you're not just failing but irrelevant? Stick around, because in our final section we're revealing the shocking numbers behind their financial countdown and why even Hollywood's biggest fixers won't touch this disaster anymore. The harsh truth no one wants to say out loud? Meghan and Harry aren't just running out of options. They're running out of time. This isn't about bad press or bruised egos anymore. This is simple math. And the numbers don't lie. Let's break down the brutal reality. Their current lifestyle, the security teams, the mansion staff, the private jets, burns through an estimated $10 to $15 million per year. Now stack that against their actual income streams. The Netflix deal? After the Archetypes documentary underperformed and American Riviera Orchard collapsed, insiders say the remaining payout is a fraction of the original $100 million. Harry's memoir money? Already spent. The inheritance from Diana? Reportedly half gone, with the rest draining faster than a Montecito swimming pool in July. But here's what keeps financial advisors up at night. They have no real assets, no profitable businesses, no sustainable income, just a brand built on royal rebellion that's rapidly losing its value. Even their supposed friends in Hollywood have started distancing themselves. No more VIP invites, no more power lunches, just awkward silence when their names come up at CAA meetings. The final nail in the coffin? King Charles has made it clear, no more royal safety net. Not after the Oprah interview, not after the constant jabs at the family, and certainly not after burning through Diana's legacy while claiming independence. The message from Buckingham Palace might as well be carved in stone. You want it out? Stay out. So what happens next? The clock is ticking. At their current spending rate, experts estimate they have maybe 18 months before the well runs dry. No more PR teams to spin disasters, no more stylists to craft that perfect paparazzi shot. Just two former royals sitting in a half-empty mansion, realizing too late that fame without foundation was never going to last. The irony is almost poetic. They left the palace chasing freedom and fortune, but in the end, they might have been better off staying where the money never ran out. This isn't just a financial crisis anymore. This is the moment reality catches up to the fantasy. Because behind the Instagram-perfect photos and carefully worded press releases, Meghan and Harry are facing something no amount of PR can fix. Irrelevance. The signs are everywhere. The A-list friends who've stopped returning calls. The brands that no longer see value in their names. The Netflix executives quietly reshuffling their deal into oblivion. Even the paparazzi have lost interest, chasing younger, hotter drama elsewhere. The cruelest truth in Hollywood? It's not failure that destroys you. It's becoming boring. And here's what nobody's saying out loud. They've run out of second chances. The royal exit was their origin story. The Oprah interview was their rebellion. But what's left? Another failed business? Another tell-all interview? The public has moved on, and the industry knows it. The most damning evidence? Look at their recent appearances. Once, they commanded front pages. Now, they're reduced to paying for placement in second-tier publications, their exclusive interviews buried beneath Kardashian gossip and TikTok drama. Even their charity work, once their saving grace, gets met with eye rolls and muted applause. So, where does this end? One of two ways. Either they swallow their pride and beg for a scaled-down royal role, something Charles would only grant under humiliating conditions, or they become cautionary tales, the couple who traded centuries of tradition for 15 minutes of fame, and miscalculated the cost. The clock's running out, the money's drying up, and soon, very soon, they'll have to face the truth they've been avoiding all along. The world doesn't hate them, the world just doesn't care anymore. The truth is now undeniable. Meghan and Harry's star has faded. The Netflix deal produces forgettable content, their charity work goes unnoticed, and even the paparazzi have lost interest. Financial leaks reveal they're burning cash 40% faster than they earn it. Their staff has been halved, and that Montecito mansion may soon be downsized. King Charles won't save them. Hollywood sees them as bad investments, and the British press has moved on. This is how relevance dies. Not with a bang, but with a slow fade into obscurity. They traded real royal influence for fleeting fame, and now face the consequences. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss another episode.